An if-then statement, such as if an animal is a horse, then it has 4 legs, is called a conditional. Conditionals have 2 parts. The part following if is the hypothesis, and the part following then is the conclusion. The converse of a conditional switches the hypothesis and the conclusion. Sometimes the converse of a true conditional is not true. You can write the Pythagorean theorem as a conditional. If a triangle is a right triangle with legs of length A and B and hypotenuse of length C, then A squared plus B squared equals C squared. The converse of the Pythagorean theorem is always true. So this is my conclusion, and after the if is the hypothesis. Property, the converse of the Pythagorean theorem. If a triangle has side lengths A, B, and C, and A squared plus B squared equals C squared, then the triangle is a right triangle and the hypotenuse of length with the hypotenuse of length C. You can use the Pythagorean theorem and its converse to determine whether a triangle is a right triangle. If the side lengths satisfy the equation A squared plus B squared equals C squared, then the triangle is a right triangle. If they do not, then it is not a right triangle. So it says which set of lengths could be the side lengths of a right triangle. So they put them here. So we have 6 squared plus 24 squared does it equal 25 squared. 4 squared plus 8 squared does it equal 10 squared. 10 squared plus 24 squared does it equal 26 squared. And 8 squared plus 15 squared does it equal 16 squared. So we've done all of them. And for the first one, we get 36 plus 576. And it does not equal, it equals 612. So this is not a right triangle. So we have 16 plus 64, which is 80. So this is not a right triangle. 100 plus 576 equals 676. So this one is a right triangle. So C is our answer. But we can check D as well. And we see that 64 plus 225 equals 289. And so that one is not a right triangle as well. So the next one, it says, could the lengths 20 milliliters, 47 milliliters, and 52 milliliters be the side lengths of a right triangle? So we can write that. We can say 20 squared plus 47 squared. And I'm sorry, I forgot the milliliters. Equals 52 squared. And I put that in my calculator. So we have 20 squared. Oops, I put 40, not 20. 20 squared plus 47 squared. And I'll take the square root and see if that's equal to 52. And it's not. So this cannot be a right triangle. So we get 400 plus 47 squared, which is 209. And I want to know, does it equal 52 squared? It's 207, 2704. And so when I added those, I got 2609 milliliters squared. So it's not equal to 2704 milliliters. So it's not a right triangle. Alright, let's look at, I'm sorry, I scrolled down by accident. It says if A, B, and C satisfy the equation A squared plus B squared equals C squared, are 2A, 2B, and 2C also possible side lengths of a right triangle? How do you know? So let's do it. So I already know that A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So now instead, let's say 2A and 2B and 2C. So I plug it into my equation and I get 2A squared plus 2B squared equals 2C squared, which gives me 4A squared plus 4B squared equals 4C squared. Well, I can actually factor out this 4. So I get 4 times A squared plus B squared equals 4C squared. And I can divide both sides by 4. And I get that original equation. So multiplying by 2 didn't change it. There still would be a right triangle. So a similar triangle would be the same. Would still be a right triangle. So I hope this helps.